Hello and welcome back to another Final Table commentary. If at any point in time you find yourself not caring for the commentary, there'll be a link in the description down below to the video and BCP Poker Replays YouTube account, so you can go check out the action in some peace and silence. With that being said, let's hop on into the action. We got a 10K main event from Scoop 2019 PLO event. We got Jeans, Jay Nandez, Lucky Korak, Sir Watts, Mad Samat, Raccoon Tatur. Interesting name. PKR. Super stacked final table. Everybody's a strong ass player. This will be a fun one. Jay Nandez has a couple of aces and 8 blinds. Stick it all in. Ace Jack 9-5 for Lucky Kurak. What do I mean? This isn't no limit hold'em. He's got a bet pot. I'm sorry. We're off to a bad start. We got 2 pair for the Kurak. Jay Nandez looking for an ace or an 8. Interesting flop for the ace, 8-8. Come on. Just like that. Jay Nandez, he's gone. That was rather quick. 2 pair for the Karak. We'll hold on up. Jeans with an ace, king, 5-3. Going for the raise. Ace, 6, 5-3 for the Karak. Gonna find the fold. Queen, 7, 5-4 in the big blind for Mad Samat is gonna call. King, Jack, 6 flop goes check. Bet. 140k into 330k, and Mad Samat will find the fold. Ace, king, king 10 for PKR. We'll open it up under the gun. What else do we got going on? Raccoon is double suited in the big blind with a queen, 8-2-4. They're gonna just pass on it. What do we got going on this time? Sir Watts with a couple of queens and a 5-3 that's suited, playing off 26 blinds. They are gonna open it up. I thought they might pass on it, but Sir Watts says nope, we're going to open. Queen, Jack, Jack, 8. Sir Watts is right back in there. Jeans in the big blind with a queen, 10, 6-3. Gonna lay this one down pre. I see an ace, king, 9-9 for the Karak in the big blind. Jack, 10, 8, 7 double suited for Raccoon is going to go for the open. Jeans with a king, 6-5-5 folds the small. Let's go to the flop dealer. Jack 10-5. Ooh, Raccoon's got that nut flush draw with the straight draw to the queen. Raccoon with top 2 goes for a hefty bet, about 2/3. Kurak can't fold. Probably gonna stick in the raise, and that they do. We're gonna get this one in on the flop. Any diamond? Oh yeah, any jack or 10? Nope. Just like that, Lucky Kurak gets there once again. Raccoon down to 14 blinds. Yeah, what do we got going on here? Karak with a 9-8-4 deuce, double suited, just gonna fold. Sir Watts gets a walkie-dokie doo-dah. Ace, queen, 10-5 for Jeans. We'll open it on up with that suited ace. 10-9-5-4 for Mad Samat in the big blind. Let's go to the flop dealer. Oh, just kidding. Jeans with a bunch of diamonds and a couple of high ones. We'll see if they play them. Ace, king, jack, 3. All diamonds. They are going to play them. King, queen, 5-4 in the big blind for Raccoon. Playing off the short stack. We'll find the call. 8-6-4 flop. Goes lead for pot. Raccoon's in trouble here. I suppose he does have the best of it with a pair of 4s. Jeans got that nut flush draw, but they got so many diamonds in their hand. Any jack or ace will also do. Interesting play by the Raccoon with the straight draw to the 7, and Jeans is just going to find the fold with so many diamonds in their hand. Doopity-doo. I thought that was getting called for sure. Did I misread Raccoon's hand? He just led frickin' pot. Anyways, ace jack 10-8 for Raccoon. We'll raise it on up. Facing the raise for Mad Samat with the ace 10-4-4. They let that hit the muck. 10-8-3 deuce for Sir Watts. Thinking about a raise double suited. They're just going to pass on it. PKR in the small blind. We'll limp on in the ace 6-6-5. Flop top pair. Go for a stab. Jeans with the straight draw will call and bink it on the turn. Boopity boo. They're going to bet quite large. Double flush draw board. And PKR probably going to let go of the top pair of aces. That they do. Raccoon with an ace jack 7-4. Without the suited ace, they're just going to pass on it. And lucky Kurak will get a walk with the queen, queen, something, something. 10-9, 8-8 for Raccoon. We'll go for the open. Lucky Kurak thinking about it with a king jack 9-8, but they're going to pass on it. Sir Watts will call the big blind with the suited ace king. Or sorry, the suited ace 6, king 6. That was a really stupid way to read their hand. Bank a 6 on the turn. That's a boat. Raccoon looking for an 8 or a 7. They're going to put in a small bet, and Sir Watts is going nowhere. Might even stick in the check raise, and that they do. It's a small price. Or it's a small bet, sorry. 270k. Raccoon will call. Make a straight. That's bad news for him. I wonder if we call down. It's going to be a pot-sized jam. And hopefully Raccoon can escape. Nope. He's out of here. Gonzo Alonzo. Bye-bye, Raccoon. Was very unfortunate. They lost probably a flip versus the Kurak. I don't know equities, how close they run in PLO, but I would assume what they lost with the top two. Oh wait, was it versus a flush draw? Flush draw, was there a straight draw? I'm not quite too sure. Equities would run real close, I would imagine anyways. And then they lose there, making the straight on the river. Sir Watts with the boat on the turn. Doopity-doo. Mad Smart with a 9-9-8-5 in the small blind. We'll limp it on in. 7-6-5-4 for PKR. We'll check it on back. Flop a flush draw. 3 in a row. Boopity-boo. Open-ended straight draw for Mad Samot. We'll lead on out. Jack on the turn. Doopity-doo. Pair of 9s and jacks are good for Mad Samot for the time being. I need to see a diamond. Oh, what the fuck? Just had a bug or something crawl on my leg. That was terrifying. Holy. Didn't see what happened there. Let's see. PKR wins the pot with a flush, so he must have made his hand. Queen jack 5 for Sir Watts. Will open it on up. Flop the set and the second nut flush draw. The straight draw. Sir Watts' pot to bet and take it on down. King queen queen 4 for Mad Samot. Will raise it on up. It's double suited. This will get through pre-flop for him. A7 6-3 for Kurak. Will just walk out Watts. I see an ace king queen 10 in the big blind for Mad Samot. We'll see if he gets any action. King 8-8-3 for Sir Watts. Will limp it on in. Mad Samot will bump it on up. And Sir Watts says, what the hell was that all about? Do we find the fold? Do we go to the flop and try to make some hearts? Sir Watts says, no, we're just going to lay this one down pre. Ace 10-8 deuce for Watts on the button. We'll find the fold. Mad Samot with an ace 10-6 deuce will go for the limp. PKR will bump it up with the ace 6-6-3. Let's go to the flop dealer. 9-9-7. Mad Samot with a little straight draw to the 8. Couple overcards. Jack on the turn. PKR 6s are holding up for the time being. He is going to put the bet on the turn here too. Protect them. Little bluff ski it looks like too. Doopity-doo. Ace King 5-4 for Kurak is thinking about an open. Maybe their eyes are just away from the screen. No, they are going to think about an open and they're going to find it. And get it through pre-flop. Ace 7-10-3 for Sir Watts with that suited ace. Will just find the fold. Jack 10-9-7 for Mad Samot. Will open it on up. Ace 7-7 deuce for Lucky Kurak in the big blind. Do we just fold? We do just fold. Gonna take a couple strong starting hands to see a pot brew pre-flop. Other than that, we're gonna see a lot of limping, some raising from the big blind. Every once in a while there'll be a call. But Lucky Kurak without the suited ace. Do we find the call? We do. Ace, king, king flop. Ace, jack for both players. How exciting. 6 on the turn. Nothing changes. Is there any way for Lucky Correct to win the pot? Nope. 4 on the river. Sir Watts could have made a boat with a 1 remaining jack. Lucky Correct goes for a small bet ski here, 180k into 600. Sir Watts could raise as a bluff. Thinking about the call, but they say, you know what, I'm just going to fold. That's way too small of a bet. That's value. It was value. It was just the same holding. Ace, ace, queen, jack for Correct will open, or go for the 3-bet, sorry. And the 3-bet will get through. King, jack, 10-4 for Jeans. Double suited will open it on up. PKR with a king 9-8-7 calling the big blind. Ace 8-4 flop goes check bet. What do we do with the king 9-8-7? Middle pair of 8s. PKR says just fold. Ace 9-8 deuce for Correct will open it on up. Queen 10-9-6 for Sir Watts is going to play call. 10-8-8 flop. Interesting shit. Correct with 3 of a kind. Sir Watts with that top pair of 10s in a straight draw. What are we looking for? A 7? What about a jack? Jack also gets the job done. We see a 5 of diamonds on the turn. Lucky Correct with that little flush draw. Whoa, jack on the river. That's a straight for Sir Watts. Correct goes for a little block bet. And Sir Watts quickly calls and sees the good news. King 10-9-9 will get a walk for Correct. And then he gets a king jack 10 queen. Faces a raise from Jeans' ace queen jack 10. With that suited ace, we're gonna see a 3-bet and a call. Doopity doo. 5-3-2 flop, 2 diamonds for Jeans. Everybody's got a bunch of overcards. Nobody's got a pair. 1 million chips in the middle. Jeans bets a million chips and Correct will reluctantly fold. Do 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 doopity doo. Jack 9-6-5 for Correct. We'll see if they go for the open. On the button, why the hell not? Mad Samat says, well, I'm gonna 3-bet you with the ace king jack 5. Uh-oh, we both flop a flush draw. Lucky Correct needs a queen. No, we're gonna both make this the flush, sorry. Doopity doo. Mad Samat gets a full double. Jack 8-7-4 for Mad Samat. With that newfound stack, they're just gonna pass on it from the small blind. Ace, ace, king, jack for Sir Watts will go for the open. Jeans in the big blind with an ace, jack 6-6. We see a 6 folded in the small blind. Right? Yep, finally folded, so Jeans also knows that that 6 is being folded, so they're going to find the fold. King jack 10-6 for Correct in the big blind. Facing a big raise from PKR's ace 10-9-8. Jack 7-4 flop goes check. What do we do with our straight draw? Is it a rapidy dappity doodah? Not quite. Queen on the turn makes things interesting. Correct. What do we got going on there? Pair of jacks. King on the river's a straight for PKR, making the nuts. Correct with 2 pairs, kings and jacks with a straight blocker. Doopity doo. PKR will go for a little bet ski, and Correct will quickly call and see the bad news. PKR with a king 4-3 will go for the open. Ace jack 10-4 waiting in the big blind. We'll see if Sir Watts defends. That they do. 7-4-2 flop goes check bet. What do we do, Watts? Facing the big bet, Sir Watts quickly folds. King queen 7-6 for PKR, double suited. We'll raise and take it down pre-flop. Doopity doo. PKR gets a walk. And an ace queen 9-5 for Correct. The ace ain't suited, so they're just going to pass on it, and Jeans will get a walk this time. King 10-9. Oh, King 10-8-7 for correct. Double suited, very playable, but they're going to get a walk. 10-9-9-8 for PKR. We'll open it on up. King, King, Queen 6 for Sir Watts. We'll put in the 3-bet. Let's go to the flop. Look how many chips you got, PKR. Look at this straight draw for him. Ace high board. Sir Watts says, what the hell? He's going to put in a half pot size bet, and PKR is going to say, well, I wish I had clubs to go along with this straight draw. Can't fold. He's going to go for the raise, and that's going to buy the pot. Don't really know if that was, or don't know who was favored there. PKR had quite the straight draw going on. Sir Watts with the King King. Correct with the King King this time. 7-6-5-4 for PKR with a suit. Facing another 3-bet. We'll see if he comes along to the flop or not. He says no. King Queen 5-4 double suited for Watts. We'll raise and take it down pre. Do-ba-da-do-do-do. 7-6-3-3 for PKR. Was going to limp it on in. Jack 9-7-4 for Jeans is going to take a stab on the 10-10-3 flop. That's a boat for PKR. They'll go for the check raise and buy it on the flop. King Queen 9 Jack for Sir Watts. Opening it on up. Correct, going to defend the Jack 6-4 deuce. Queen 10-3 flop goes check, bet, fold. Right, correct? Oh, you better not put in a raise. Look at this draw here for Watts with that top pair of queens. Flush draw with the rapidy dappity doodah. Doopity doo. Queen 10-10-5 for correct. We'll go for the big raise pre. Jack 6-5-4 for Watts is going to call and flop a frickin' flush. Correct, in one hell of a pickle right now. 420k in the middle. He's going to bet 105. Doopity doo. Sir Watts says I'm going nowhere. Calls. Deuce on the turn. Correct is dead. He's got no outs. He's going to check it on over. Good news. Bet real small, Watts. 175. Beautiful bet. Size up the river jam, but this bet will not get called. Doopity-doo. Ace Queen 6-9 for correct. We'll see if they open it on up with that suited ace that they do. And get it on through. Ace Ace Jack 7 for Mad Samot in the small blind. Go for the limp. Yes. Beautiful. Ace Queen 10-4 will raise it on up. Mad Samot sticks in the 3-bet. And PKR in position says, what the hell is this all about? Did you just trap me with aces? You frickin' mother trucker, you did too. Doopity doo. Queen Jack 10-8 for PKR goes for the limp. Ace 5-4-3 for Jeans will raise it on up. King 9-5 flop goes check, bet, about half pot. PKR with that straight draw is going to call. Looking for a 10, a jack or queen. We see the 4 of diamonds on the turn. It goes check, check, 7 on the river. PKR with that missed draw is thinking about a bluff ski. Oh, they pass on it. And Jeans will take it with a couple of small pairs. Ace King 9-3 from Mad Samot is just going to pass on the spot. Queen 10-8-4 for Jeans will raise it on up. Queen Jack 9-5 for correct will call. Flop 2 pairs. He's going to get this one on in. Jeans with the 1 pairs. One look like 1 pairs. He might have had a straight draw there too. Couldn't read the board quick enough. My bad. Jack 9-8-7 for PKR will raise and take it down pre. Ace Queen Queen 8 for PKR, raising it on up. 8-5-4-3 for Mad Samad in the big blind, just gonna pass on the spot. Damn it, I said it again. Mad Samad, that name is so easy to rhyme with spot, just slipped out. Ace King Queen 9 for correct, will raise it on up. King Jack Jack 6 for Sir Watts will call. Queen 8-7-4. Flop goes bet. What do we do with our jacks and our little flush draw? We're going to call 4 on the turn. Top pair of queens for correct is still best. Doopity doo. 900k in the middle. Correct is in a weird spot here. Might want to go for a little bet ski to protect his hand. He's going to go for the pot size bet. Brendan was just super wrong. This might just price Watts out of the hand, and that it does. Do-baddy-do, Jack 6 for Watts. We'll raise it on up. Jeans with an ace 10-7-4, double suited in the big blind. We'll call 10-8-3 flop goes check, bet, call, right? Jeans just finds the fold. Nicely done with that top pair top kicker. Did he have a straight draw, or was it just a backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw? Shit, I didn't read the board quick enough. Queen 8-8-6 for PKR, raising it on up, taking it down pre. Ace 6-4 for Jeans, we'll raise it on up. Queen 6-5-5 for Watts in the big blind. We'll find the fold. 10-8-7-6 for Jeans, just gonna fold. Queen 9-8-5 for Watts is gonna limp it on in. Mad Samat with a Queen Jack 6 deuce, we'll check it on back. Ace Queen flop goes check. Check, ace on the turn. Do-ba-dee-do-do-do-do-do. 3 on the river. What the hell happens here? Who wins? Mad Samat with the Queen Jack? That's who wins. Don't know why I couldn't read the board once again. My brain's failing me today. Ace Jack 10 for Jeans. We'll raise it on up. PKR with a King 3 deuce. Calling the big blind. Jack 5-4 flop goes check. Bet. And PKR's in a pickle. He's got that open-ended straight draw. He's going to stick it all in with that King 3 deuce. He's going to need an ace. What else does he need? A spade? Sorry, a 6. That will do. The set does not hold on up. Boopity boo. Bad turn. Just like that, we're going to lose Jeans in 5th. Sit, he says. Oh, the disrespect. Sit down. Oh, no. Oh, no. I mean, it's funny and it's kind of rude. I don't know what to say about a PKR. Hopefully y'all are friends. King Queen 10-9 and a pickle here for Kurak with that one hell of a straight draw going on here. King 10-9 for Watts has a little bit of a straight draw to the 8 or Queen. Doopity doo. The pair of 10s is also good for the time being, but they're going to find the fold. Ace 6-6-4 for Mad Samat. Doopity doo 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 doo. Queen 10-9 flop goes check. Check, king on the turn. Sir Watts with a straight. Right, and this set. He's got a lot going on here. Mad Samat, not so much. They're going to just find the fold with a pair of 6s. 9-3-3-2 for PKR, double suited, playing off 120 blind stack. We'll go for the open. King Jack 5-3 for Mad Samat in the big blind. We'll call. Ace Queen flop goes check, bet, fold, and we're moving along. 9-8-7-7 for Kurak. Let's go for the open, buddy. He's gonna pass on it. PKR gets a walk. Ace 10-7-7 for Watts. We'll go for the open. Kurak in the big blind with Ace Queen 7 deuce with that suited ace. Let's go to the flop dealer. Come on. Put out a couple cards for us. Oh, Kurak passes on it once again. King Queen deuce for Mad Samat. PKR with the 7-7-6-4 double suited will call. 9-9-3 deuce for Watts in the big blind will also come along. Ace Jack 9 flop. Watts with that bottom set. Straight draw for Mad Samat. Backdoor flush draw for PKR and a backdoor. No backdoor straight draw for him. Deuce of hearts on the turn. 7 on the river. Really, poker stars. Watts might get some value now. He's going to bet about 2/3. And that bet will get called. Doopity doo. Nicely played by Watts. Letting the big stack get there on the river. And getting some value. King Queen Jack 5 for Kurak will pass. Ace 8-6-4 for Mad Samat. Limp it on in. Oh no, everybody's passing. King 9-3 for Mad Samat. Raise it on up. Come on. There we go. King Queen 7 deuce for Kurak in the big blind is double suited. We're going to the flop. 10-4-3 goes check, bet, fold. And we're moving along. Matsamot with that flush draw, the overpair, backdoor straight draw, three of a kind draw to the threes. Doopity doo, lots going on for Matsamot. Ace Jack 9-8 for PKR, we'll raise it on up. 10-7-7-4, waiting in the big blind, we'll just pass. Doopity doo. Ace 7-4-2 for correct. With that suited ace, we're just gonna pass once again. Queen 9-8-4 for Watts, we'll limp it on in. Matsamot with a couple of kings, we'll raise it on up. Watts comes along and flops a frickin' flush. Matsamot with the nut blocker goes for a Betsky here. He's gonna need to boat up somehow to win this pot. Don't think we're gonna get Watts to fold. He goes for the check raise on the flop. And Matsamot is gonna fold. Right? Uh-oh, he's in trouble. He's gonna raise. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I'm terrified for Matsamot. Don't do it. Fold. Yay. Matsamot survives. 20 blinds. Queen Jack 10-4 for Matsamot. Limp it on in. That we do. 8-8-5. 8-8-8-5 for PKR. 5-4-3 is the flop. Matsamot leads and takes it on down. King Jack 9-8 for PKR. Limps it on in. Flops a flush draw. Correct with a pair of tens is good for the time being and goes for a little Betsky here on the ace high board, blocking the three of a kind. We get the king of hearts on the turn. Good news for PKR making the flush. Bad news for correct. Sitting there with a pair of tens and he's even going to make a set on the river. Doopity doo. Hopefully he doesn't pay off the bet, although it's super likely he does. Correct has been in chip preservation mode. Fold, 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 fold. Do it now. Find the fold, correct. Longer we think about it, the more likely we are to call. And correct does find the call in the end. King Queen Jack 7 for PKR. Raising it on up. Ace 6-5-4 for Watts in the big blind. Excuse me. Watts folds, we move along. Jack 10-8-4 for Watts in the small blind, we'll limp it on in. King 7-7-5 for Matsamot, checks it on back. King 10-5 flop goes check, bet, fold. Doopity doo. Ace Ace King 2 for Matsamot, limp it on in. That we do. 10-4-3-3 for PKR. King 7-7 flop goes check, check, 9 on the turn. Not much doing here for PKR. They face with a half pot sized min bet. And they find the fold. More aces for Matsamot. They're going to raise it on up. Ace King Queen 6 for Karak in the small blind. Oh, we just find the fold. Excuse me. Jack 9-6-5 for Watts will defend the big blind. Queen 9 flop goes check, bet, fold. And we're moving along. 10-7-6 deuce for Karak is not going to open. King Queen 7 deuce for Watts will limp it on in. Matsamot with a pair of sixes sees an ace high board and quickly folds. Ace Queen 7 deuce for Karak, probably not going to open. Jack 9-4 deuce is going to walk it on out. Matsamot with a 6-5-4-3 is just going to fold. 6-5-4-3 looks like fun, playing off the 20 blind stack. Matsamot says no it's not. Ace King 10 flop goes check. Check, king on the turn. Goes check, check. Bluff correct. Nope, not too likely. Deuce on the river. Ace Queen will lead on out for a big blind. Correct with a pair of tens says what the hell is this big blind bet about? And he's going to call and see the bad news. Juiced. Absolutely juiced. Queen 9-7-5 for PKR. Boop-a-da-doo. Goes for the 2.5x raise and that'll take it down pre. Jack 10-9-9 for Matsamot. We'll see if they go for the open. They They go for the limp. PKR comes along with 10-4 for deuce. King 7, 6-3 for correct, and the big blind is going to check it back. Flop 2 pairs. Mad Samot with one hell of a straight draw going on here. Jack 10-9. Wrapped around that 8-7. Doopity-doo goes for the raise. We're going to get this one on in on the flop. PKR will eventually find the fold with that pair of 4s. All went correct. Lays down the 2 pairs. Doopity-doo. Ace 8, 8, 6 for correct. Do something. Limp it in. Probably gonna fold, eh? Queen, queen, 7, 5 gets a walk. Ace, king, 6, 4 for PKR. We'll raise it on up and take it down. Pre-flop. 10, 7, 5, 4 for Mad Samot. We'll limp it on in and quickly face a raise from the ace, king, 8, 3 in the big blind. Jack, 8, 7 flop. Good news for Mad Samot. He's got quite a bit going on here with that pair of 7s, the flush draw, straight draw to the 9. 6 works as well. Doopity-doo. The bet on the flop will get through. 9, 4, deuce, 3. 9, 4, 3, 2 for PKR. Limps it on in. Faces the raise. Lucky correct. We'll take it down pre. King, jack, 8, 7. We'll raise it on up. King 10, 10, 4 will call for Watts in the big blind. Queen, jack, 4 flop goes check, bet. Whoa, big bet too. 320k into the 440k. Watts is open-ended to the 9 or ace. Doopity-doo. 7 of spades on the turn. Full pot size bet from PKR with that flush draw and 2 pairs. And the bet will get through. Ace, queen, 10, 7 for correct. We'll raise it on up. Aces for Watts. We'll stick in the 3 bet. And correct is hating life. Do we fold? Oh, we call. We got a straight draw. We got top pair. We got the backdoor flush draw straight on the turn. That's all good news for correct. Watts will get unlucky there. That's very unfortunate. Lucky correct living up to their name. It's been a few times now. They got an ace, king, 3, deuce. That ace is suited, facing the big bet pre-flop. Surely we're going to the flop. Queen, queen, jack goes check. 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 King on the turn. PKR with their little 6-high flush draw. Pair of jacks. Correct with that top pair. Straight draw to the 10. We get a 5 of hearts on the river. PKR leads large 320k into the 480k and correct says, what's this all about, bucko? He's going to find the fold. Nice little steal by PKR. Holy shit. Wasn't expecting that. King 6, 5, 4 for correct. Limp it on in. Oh, he just finds a fold. Watts gets a walk with the aces. Ace, king, 9, 6 for correct. We'll raise it on up. King 10, 10, 6 for Mad Samot in the big blind. Will call. 10, 7, 2 flop goes check. Check. Got a straight draw to the 8. Backdoor flush draw. Correct does check. We get the deuce of diamonds on the turn. Doopity-doo. Goes check, check. 10 on the river. That's 4 of a kind for Mad Samot. Nothing doing for the correct. Facing a large bet on the river. They'll have an easy fold eventually. King 10, 6, 4 from Mad Samot. We'll just walk out PKR. Look at that stack. 123 blinds. How much left to collect? 50, 64 left to collect. So he's got about 2/3 of the chips in play. Wowie wee wah. King, queen, 3, 5 for PKR. Raising it on up. Watts with a couple aces in the big blind. We'll put in the 3 bet. And PKR will quickly fold. 10, 6, 5, 2 for PKR. We'll raise it on up. Ace, queen, 10, 4 for Mad Samot in the big blind. Just going to find the fold. Ace, queen, jack, 4 for Mad Samot. Limping it on in. Flopping 3 pairs. PKR with a little 7-high flush draw. Straight draw to the 9. Doopity-doo. They block king 10, facing a half pot size betish on the turn. Yeah, the bet will get through. Ace jack 3-3 for PKR, limping it on in. Correct with the king queen jack 9, gonna raise it on up. PKR says let's go to the frickin' flop. Queen jack 8 goes check, bet, fold. Right, 2 pairs. Correct is gonna put in the pot size bet. And PKR will fold the ace jack. King queen jack 8 for PKR, will raise it on up. 10-7, 7-4, waiting in the big blind. Ace, ace 9 flop goes check, bet, fold, and we're moving along. Ace king 10-7 for correct. We'll raise it on up. 200k to go. Mad Samat with a jack 10-7 deuce in the big blind, double suited. Let's go to the flop. Jack 6-2. 2 pairs for Mad Samat. Lucky correct with the backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draws. He's going to go for a little bet ski here on the flop, face the check raise, and quickly fold. Ace king 8-6 for Watts is just going to pass. Queen 9-9-4 for Mad Samat, will limp it on in. Ace 7-2 flop goes check, check, jack on the turn. Got a couple pairs for PKR. What's going on for Mad Samat? Had that 9 high flush draw, has the pair of 9s. Pretty irrelevant on the river. He does have a 4 blocking the straight, 4-3. But 9s just don't have the showdown value. Jack 10-9-4 for PKR, will limp it on in. Correct will raise on up the aces and get it on through. Jack 9-8-7 for Mad Samat is going to pass. Ace king 10-9 for PKR, will raise and take it down pre. Jack 7-4-3 for Watts, will limp it on in. Mad Samat raises up the suited ace. And that will get through pre-flop for him. Ace queen jack 5 for Watts. They'll go for the big raise. King queen 9-9 calls the big blind. King 5-5 flop. Watts with 3 of a kind. PKR with a boat draw. Looking for a 9 or a king. A 10 now works as well. With the jack on the river, we see it 8 of diamonds. That's no good. PKR sitting there with a pair of kings with the queen kicker. And Watts with 3 of a... No, he's got a boat. Sorry, jack 5. Watts with the frickin' boat. Didn't even realize. That's a boat. And PKR will find the fold. Ace king 10-4 for Watts. We'll just lay it down pre-flop. Ace jack 9-3 for PKR. We'll limp it on in and face the raise from the jack 10-9-8. We got this flopped flush draw with a straight draw to the 6 and all the other backdoor straight draws for the Kurak. PKR with a nut flush draw, straight draw to the 4, no pair. And Kurak is just going to find the fold. Tough spot for him there. Doopity-doo. Ace king 8 deuce for Kurak. We'll put in the 3-bet, and this will get through pre-flop for him. Ace 9-9-6 for Watts in the small blind. Excuse me, limping it in. Mad Samat with a ace 4 deuce deuce, no suit. We'll check it on back. Jack 4-3 flop goes check check. Right. Oh, Mad Samat puts in a little bet ski and he gets the 9s to fold. Did he have a jack in his hand? Sorry, my bad. Forgot what Mad Samat had very quickly. Queen 10-5 for Mad Samat will limp it on in. A couple of aces for PKR is gonna limp it on in. King jack 10-3 will check it on back for Kurak. Ace 10-8 flop goes check check check. 3 on the turn. PKR leads out large. Kurak with a pair. Straight draw to the queen. Gonna find the fold. Mad Samat with a couple of queens. Smacks the queen on the river. Had the spade draw. What else do you have? Do you have a straight draw? No, he did not. He's gonna bet about 400k and never see those chips again. Doopity-doo. 10-7-5-3 for PKR. We'll raise it on up. King Queen Deuce Deuce for Watts. Just fold spree. King Jack 10-3 for Watts. We'll limp it on in. Mad Samad is double suited with a Jack 8-4-2. Excuse me. 10-8-6 flop goes bet. Fold and we're moving along. King Jack 9-7 for correct is gonna fold. PKR gets a walk. Ace Jack 8 deuce for Mad Samad will fold. Queen Jack 10-8 for PKR is gonna raise it on up. King 8-6-5 for correct in the big blind. He's gonna think about it and find the fold. King Queen 6-5 for Mad Samad. I don't know why I thought he was gonna play that. PKR will raise up the Ace 10-9-7 and get it through pre-flop. Ace Queen 5 deuce. PKR will raise. And 9-7-5-4 double suited for Mad Samad in the big blind. Says let's go to the flop. Just kidding. Wow, I just got a mad craving for Taco Bell cheese quesadilla. Wow, that'd be amazing. With a bunch of hot sauce on it. Holy. King Queen 7 deuce for correct in the big blind. Just gonna find the fold. Wow, that'd be so good. Gonna have to go to Taco Bell after this. Jack 10-5-4 for PKR. Raising. Ace Queen 8-7 for Watts is gonna stick it all in. What the hell's going on the flop? Lots going on. Lots going on. I can't read the board. 8-7 makes a straight. Doopity doo. Sir Watts gets a full double there. PKR had a couple of pairs at some point. Doopity doo. Those were no good. 9-8-6-3 for Watts. We'll raise it on up. 9-8-7-5 for Mad Samad will call. Both players with a flush draw. Paired board. What do we do facing the small bet? Says, or I say to Mad Samad. Uh-oh, if he folds, he's got the better flush draw. Queen high board, paired board. Mad Samad raises and takes it on down. PKR gets a walk. Ace 10-6-5 for PKR. Double suited. We'll raise it on up. Queen Jack 5-4 for Lucky correct in the big blind. Is going to call. King 6-2 flop goes bet for pot and correct quickly folds. Ace Queen Jack 3. All the hearts for correct. He's going to go for the 3x pre. 9-8-7 deuce will call. King Jack 8 flop goes jam. Call. Uh-oh. 6 on the turn. 4 on the river. That's no help. Correct with the pair of jacks will hold on up. Sir Watts had a straight draw. Did he have a flush draw in there? Had the 2-pair draw that didn't get there. Queen 10-5 for Watts. We'll raise it on up and take it down pre-flop. Ace Queen 10-10 for Mad Samad. We'll raise it on up. Ace King 7-6 for correct. Gonna find the fold. King 9-7-6 for PKR. We'll raise and take it down pre-flop. 10-8-7-6 double suited facing the 3-bet from aces. We'll call, flop the flush draw, straight draw, pair. Lots going on here. Jack on the river, that will do. PKR does make their straight, and we're gonna lose Mad Samad in fourth. Doopity-doo. So PKR is up to 142 blinds. Sit down, he says again. Holy shit. What kind of turn is that? Maybe PKR is just a jokester. Doopity-doo. Ace 10-9 deuce for Watts. We'll raise it on up. King 10-6-5 for PKR. We'll call. Queen 7-5 flop. Not much doing for Sir Watts. They're just going to find the check fold, and PKR will take that one down. He's got about 20 blinds left to collect. Ace Jack 9-8 double suited for correct, waiting in the big blind. Has to fold as Sir Watts is playing off 5 bigs. 10-9-8-5 for correct. What a weird spot. We don't want to double Watts up. We don't really want to walk him out, but we are going to. Ace 8-4-4 for Watts. With that suited ace, we'll raise it on up. Ace 10, 7, 4, flopping the flush draw. 3 on the river. What even happened there? PKR made a straight, and we're going to lose Watts. Sit down, you two. Holy shit, that's the third one. Correct says, we're going to talk about a deal? He's got 13 blinds. No, we're not. GG, he says. GG, he says. It's over. No, it's not. It's that pair jacks. Tournament is talked for a deal discussion. Why are we going to talk out numbers? No deal, says PKR. Yeah, no deal. We're playing with like fucking 20 blinds to 140. Correct says not enough. Who cares about 8K? Yeah, no kidding. Who cares about the 8K? Doopity doo. It's just like, get me back in the game. If correct doubles up again, maybe you could talk out numbers. What's going on here? A pair of 10s for correct. PKR, what do we got going on here? A pair of 3s. Straight draw to the 9. Oh, wow. PKR. What a sweetheart. Sending out 5% of their winning to breast cancer research. Hopefully they can get the W here. Put in a bluff ski. Don't laugh. There we go. Put in a bluff ski. Correct will fold the pair of 10s. PKR will quickly scoop this. Boopity doo doo doo. Ace King Queen 4 for correct, facing the limp. King 9 7 3 for PKR. Queen Queen Deuce flop. That's a flush draw versus 3 of a kind. Small bet from PKR. Correct puts in the raise. And PKR hates love, but he finds the call. King on the turn. That's a boat. That's a boat. 600k in the middle will slide correct's way. He's going to check it on over. Give PKR a free river. Let him try to catch up somehow. 5 of spades. Doopity-doo. So PKR is sitting here with King 9. He's facing a small bet on the river. Has an easy fold. Ace Jack 8 4 for correct. Do-do-do-do. Raising it on up. PKR defends ace 6 5 5 6 4 4 flop goes check bet. What a weird spot for PKR. He's got that pair of 6s, backdoor straight draw, 7 of diamonds on the turn, action card. Doopity doo. Turn goes check check, 10 of diamonds on the river, so correct. Makes a flush ski. PKR puts in a bluff ski. Bluff quickly gets picked off, and correct is up to 35 blinds now. Has another flush draw, paired board. PKR takes a stab. Stab's not going to get through. Correct with the backdoor straight draw. With that little flush ski. He's going to put in the check raise, and that's going to get the job done. Ace King Queen 7 facing a 3-bet here. Ace 10 10 8 for PKR. And lucky correct will just find the fold. Ace King Queen 6 for PKR will raise it on up. Jack 9 8 8 for correct will come along to the 10 9 3 flop. Goes check check. 4 on the turn. Correct's 9s are doing good for the time being. He's also got the straight draw to the 7 or queen. PKR with a diamond blocker could become relevant on the river, but we're not going to get to see it. King King 8 3 for PKR. Jack 6 5 4 for correct. We'll limp it on in, face the raise. Come along to the Ace Jack 6 flop. PKR will bet. Correct with the 2 pairs will call eventually. 9 on the turn. It's a heart. I thought it would slow PKR down. They say no, it's not. He's going to get 2 pairs to fold. Nicely done. Jack 7 4 3 for correct. Going to find the fold. Queen 8 7 4 for correct. We'll limp it on in. Face the raise from the King Jack 7 6 9 5 2 flop goes bet. Uh-oh. PKR folds the straight draw, backdoor flush draw. And we're moving along. Ace King 7 deuce. Limping it in. King 10 4 flop goes check. bet for pot, and correct folds their straight draw. 10-8-5-2 for correct, might just walk it on out here. That they do. Ace 10-9-2 for PKR, will raise it on up. Ace Jack 9-6 for lucky correct, will call, flop 2 pairs. PKR with the nut flush draw and the straight draw to the 8. Don't raise correct. This could be the final hand if they do. They just find the fold with the 2 pairs. Doopity-doo. Flop flush for a pair of 6s. Correct in position. We'll check it on back. King on the turn pairs the board. Not what we're looking for with our 7 high flush. Checking back. The turn 8 on the river. Correct goes for a half pot size bet, and the bet will get through. Ace King 9-5 for PKR. King Queen 8-5 for correct, and the big blind facing the big raise pre-flop lays it down. Queen 10-9-7 for correct. Will limp, raise. What do we do? Goes for the 3x raise. Ace 8-6-3 defends. Ace 7-5 flop goes check. Bet. Re-raise all in pretty well. I suppose it's only half a correct stack, but it's an effective jam. Jack 10-6 flop goes check. Bet from the pair of 10s with the ace kicker. And the bet will get through. King Queen Jack 5 for correct. We'll raise it on up and take it down pre. Ooh, then he gets an Ace King Jack 3 facing the limp. We'll raise it on up and take it down pre-flop. PKR getting a little walk. King 10-10-4 will raise 3x. Queen Jack 9-8 for correct. Has options. Plays call. King Jack 4 flop. Goes check, bet. What do we do? We're just going to find the fold on the flop. Ace King 3-2 for correct. Ace Queen 8-4 for PKR. With that suited ace, we'll play 3-bet, and correct is in a weird spot here. No suit. Ace King 3-2. Just going to find the fold. And he gets a couple aces double suited. And he gets a walk. Then he gets a Queen Jack 10-9. Are you serious? Facing a 3-bet from PKR's top set now. And correct has 7 blinds left. What an unfortunate happening. Pretty rude way to finish off this final table. Ace King Jack 3 gonna get it all in. Flop 2 pairs. Doopity-doo. Make a boat on the turn. That's good news for correct. He's surviving. What do we got here? Top pair for correct. Backdoor flush draws. Backdoor straight draws. PKR with a backdoor flush draw. 8 on the turn, 9 on the river. That's a full double for correct. 10-8-6-5 for correct. Limp it on in. Limp it on in. 9-8-5 flop goes check. Check. Jack on the turn. 3 on the river. PKR makes a set. And that will take down the small pot. King Queen 4-2 for PKR facing the raise. Ace 8-6 flop, all spades. PKR with that nut flush blocker. We got 2 pairs for correct. PKR does just find the call on the flop. King on the turn. Slow down correct. And PKR will bluff now. What size do we go? 450. Oh, it's going to work at some point. There it is. Nicely done from PKR. Doopity-doo. Ace 10-7-4 for correct. We'll raise it on up, face the 3-bet, and say, what the hell is this all about, PKR? We're going to find the call. King Jack flop goes jam from the Ace 10-8-7, no pair. And correct has to fold the straight draw. Ace high. Doopity-doo, he's down to 15 blinds. Oh no. Queen Jack 8-6 for PKR, limping it on in. Jack 7-5-2, flopping 2 pairs. Checks it on over, turns a boat. PKR with a straight draw to the 7. Don't think he's going to put any bets here. 10 on the river. Goes check. Oh! He does get an extra 100k out of him. Does get an extra 100k out of him. There we go, that's a sentence. Correct, we'll put in a re-raise and the bet will get through. Do 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 Couple walks being handed out, and a few more. King, king, 10, 4, not gonna walk it on out. Raise it 3x and takes it down pre-flop. Queen 9, 5, deuce, will limp it on in. Ace, ace, 10, flop goes check, bet, fold. Doopity-doo. Ace, 4, 3, deuce for correct. We'll raise it on up. Oh, he goes for the limp, just kidding. Ace, jack, 7, 4, checks back. Queen 9, 7, flop. Goes check, check, 4 on the turn. 2 pairs for PKR. St. Louis ML. 2, 4, 5. What does this even mean? Tin Man says good bet. Interesting. Interesting. PKR facing the limp with the ace queen 5, 5. We'll raise it on up and take it down pre-flop. He gets an ace 9, 4, 4 double suited. We'll limp it on in. Jack 8, 7, 6 for PKR. We'll raise it on up. Let's go to the freaking flop. Queen 10, 6 goes bet for pot. Correct. With that pair of 4s is just going to have to fold. King, queen 5, 4 double suited for correct. Come on, let's go to the flop. Oh, he puts in the 3-bet. He's going to get this one all in. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? The king high? Is there a pair of 5s in there? Oh, he's got 2 pairs. 8s and 5s. I didn't even see it. Doopity-doo. Correct. Back up with 24 blinds. King 9, 4, 3 for correct. Flopping the flush draw. PKR as well with a flush draw and the straight draw going on here. Any 9, jack, queen. What about a 7? 7 also works. We're going to get this all in. 3 and a deuce. So lucky correct. We'll hold on up. Make a couple of little pairs and get the job done. 50 blinds for correct. Queen, jack, 7, 3. Flop in the nut flush draw. And look at this rapidy-dappity straight draw. Doopity-doo. PKR as well with a little flush. Does he have a straight draw in there? Doesn't look like it. Just going to fold on the turn. Dang, so PKR was going to give away a bunch of money to charity, and now it looks like he wants a deal. Yeah, no kidding. See, now it makes sense to talk out a deal. PKR will lock up the good score, 265 instead of 304. He was so close, he got correct down to like 10, 15 blinds. Doopity-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo. Now I wonder what they're going to do here. They say GL. Are they still going to battle it on out? Is there still money to be played for? I should have paid more attention. Ace, ace, king 5 for PKR will flop a frickin' set. Got a pair of aces for correct, facing the big bet on the flop. Does he have a straight draw? Now he does to the jack. Doopity-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. This is a large bet. Hopefully correct and fold. Fold! Nicely done. Queen, jack, 10, 7 for PKR, getting a walk. Ace, king, 10, 8, double suited, we'll raise it on up. 9, 7, 6, 4 for correct. He's got a suit. He's coming along to the king, 6, 2 flop. Goes check, check. 10 of spades on the turn. Flush completes. Correct has a straight draw to the 8, and he's going to lead on out. PKR with 2 pairs, kings and 10s, isn't going to fold. 9 on the river. Bluff, correct? Bluff. Just want to see it. Queen or jack, spade would probably be better to be bluffing with. And correct, we'll just give it on up. 9, 9, 3 deuce double suited, going to limp it on in. Jack 10, 5, 6, we'll check it on back and flop 2 pairs. Correct with a straight draw to the 4 and 2 backdoor flush draws is going to go for a large 75% bet on the flop. Ace of clubs on the turn, that gives PKR the flush draw. Straight draw to the king to go along with it. Doopity-doo, 4 on the river, pretty dirty poker stars. 4 to diamonds, lucky correct, makes the straight. And PKR will pay off a bet with the 2 pairs. Right, he had 2 pairs? Sure hope so. Jack 8, 8 deuce for correct, we'll limp it on in. King, queen, jack 3 for PKR. Queen 9, 3 flop goes check. Check, 5 on the turn. PKR with their 2 pairs will lead on out. For a full pot, correct will call and make the straight on the river. Is that a better straight for PKR? I can't quite tell. He's got 2 pairs for sure. King Jack? King Jack is a better straight. Uh-oh, lucky correct goes for the raise here. King Jack, PKR. He's got the freaking nuts. Finally, I can read the board, and he's going to put in a 3-bet on the river. And correct says, what the hell is this all about? He does find the fold. Nicely done. Ace King 7-3 for correct. We'll call the raise. Ace Jack 6 flop. We got the nut flush draw for correct. Top 2 for PKR. Doopity-doo. Correct looking for a heart or a king. They're going to stick it all in. Doopity-doo. Heart on the turn. That will do. No boat for PKR. Just like that. Lucky corrects up to 66 bigs. 6 flip. Lucky correct is getting pretty lucky this final table. It's kind of funny to see. Good thing PKR made that deal. Got the money locked up. So he's not sweating anything but the title. Right? I sure hope so. Pair of 8s for PKR. What do we got for correct? Not much doing. I think he had a pair of 3s. 9-8-6-5 for correct. Well, right. Was this a limp? Limped it on in. 10-7-6-6 for PKR. Queen Jack 5 flop goes check, check, ace on the turn. Lucky correct. We'll put in a bet ski and the bet will get through. Jack 8-8-7 for PKR. Raising it on up. Queen 6-4-3 for correct. Will call. Playing about 60 blinds deep. Ace 10-6 flop goes check, bet, fold. Just a pair of 6s, I guess, for correct. Not much doing there. Ace Queen 7-6 for correct. We'll raise it on up and flop a straight draw to the 8. The backdoor flush draw. Doopity-doo. Flop goes check, check. 10 or king on the turn. 10-8-6-4 with a pair of 4s. The flush draw to the hearts. Doopity-doo. We see a jack of diamonds on the river. PKR is going to bluff with the pair of 4s and the straight blocker. Correct will lay down the ace high. Ace 10-4-3 for correct. We'll flop a couple of pairs. PKR with a straight draw to the 7 and a pair of 9s. Oh, bink. 7 of diamonds on the turn. Correct checks. PKR bets with the second nuts. Correct will call 4 on the river. He's got 3 pairs now, but that's not any good. Losing to a few more straights in there as well. 5-6. Doopity-doo facing the full pot size bet. Hopefully correct can find the fold, but to be fair, this final table has been going on for a while. It would be nice to see PKR get the W already. Doopity-doo. Correct does find the call and sees the bad news. Aces for PKR. Jack 8-7-3 for lucky correct. Ace 9-7 flop goes check bet. Call. Come along to the flop. Or turn, sorry. 7 of hearts. Interesting card. 3 of a kind for correct. That's a boat for PKR. Correct has a little flush draw, 8 high, has a straight draw to the 10. We see the deuce, spades on the river. Correct still might pay off a big bet here. 2 million chips to go. I mean, I would pay off a bet here. Obviously, you lose to aces, 9s, ace 7, 9, 7. Sitting here with a 7. Feels like a call. But correct does find the fold. Nicely done. Doopity-doo. King 8-7-5 for PKR. We'll limp it on in. 5-2-2 flop goes check. Check. 3 on the turn. Correct with the flush draw and the straight draw to the 4. Could lead on out, and that they do. PKR with that pair of 5s. It's the best for the time being, but equities probably run pretty damn close there. Correct will take it on down. King 10-10-3 for correct. 9-9-5-5 for PKR with the straight blocker. Goes for the check raise, and that's going to get the job done. Doopity-doo. Queen 9-8-8 for lucky correct. Will face the limp and goes for the raise. 10-9-2 flop. PKR with top and bottom pair. Correct with the middle pair. Straight draw to the jack. 3 of a kind draw to the 8. Faces a large bet on the flop. 9 of hearts is an interesting card to have. Jack of diamonds on the turn. Good news for Karak. He's got the open. Nope, just the straight flush draw to the 10. Of diamonds, that is. What an interesting card that would have been. PKR would have made a boat. Straight flush for Lucky Karak. Instead, we see a 3 of spades. Lucky Karak leads for pot, and PKR folds the 2 pair. Limp pot. 7-7-6 flop. Karak with 3 of a kind. PKR with a little straight draw to the 4 and the spade draw. Picks up a pair of 5s on the turn. That's not what we're looking for. Lucky Karak will bet about half pot, and the bet will get through. King 9 4-3 for PKR. Limps it on in. King 10 8 flop goes check, bet, fold, and we're moving along. Queen 10 7 for Karak. We'll raise it on up. King Jack 8-5 defends the big blind and flops a pair of kings. Middle set for Karak. We'll go for a 3rd pot size bet. Deuce on the turn. Goes check, bet. And what do we do here? PKR just quickly folds. Nicely done. Ace Queen 10-7 for PKR. We'll raise it on up. King Jack 10-5 goes for the 3 bet. King 6-5 flop. Goes full pot size bet, and PKR will fold with their nothing. Boopity boo. Ace Queen 5 for Karak. Facing the 3x raise. Can 3 bet here. Makes it 900k to go. King 9-7 flop goes bet. What do we do? We both got a flush draw here. We're going to get this all in. What's PKR looking for? A 6 on the turn. That's 2 pairs. 10 on the river. Is it just 2 pairs gets the job done? Just like that. Oh, he made a straight. Holy shit, I had a rough final table here today. So we both got the frickin' flush draw. 6 on the turn. That's 2 pairs, 9s and 6s. Versus the queens. With the flush draw. 10 on the river. Queen Jack, of course, makes a straight, Brendan. Doopity doo. Just like that. PKR gets the job done. Wow. So Lucky Karak was rather lucky. They played a damn good final table. Made it all the way to 2nd place, but couldn't get the job done. In the end, PKR's final table to win, or lose, sorry. What's the saying? It was PKR's final table to lose? Or to win. They both sound wrong and right to me right now. My brain's so lost. Anyways, that's the end of the show, so if you made it all the way through, thanks for checking this shit out. Hopefully we'll see you in another one. Till then, adios amigos.